Howdy, people of the internet. It is Comic News. I'm Duke.
Hello, Cleveland, and I'm the real Manos.
Cleveland feels so special now.
Yeah.
We never focus on a certain town. We should start doing that.
Each episode, we're going to say hello to a different town.
You know what? We should try and do that and see if we remember next week.
We won't remember next week.
We won't. And if any of you remember next week, good on you.
Yeah, that'd be great. Maybe we'll say hi to Detroit.
Yeah, or we probably won't.
Actually, let's do it now. Hello, Detroit. How are
Hi,
you doing?
Detroit. You're doing fine, right? How are the kids?
Yeah, you seem to be, doing better these days.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Good, really good for you. So, I will warn you, because this weekend was some Comic-Con in some place called New York.
Some little shithole out of the way.
Yeah, and because of that, there was a lot of news, and I'm going to say this here now, I'm not covering everything. Sorry, the people who are excited about Rob Liefeld coming back with a vengeance, because they announced...
he's coming back with a vengeance?
Like his imprint and image, they're like restarting all of the books and getting stuff done.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's... I don't know whether to be afraid or just not care. So let's begin with our first story.
Right.
The Avengers! Hooray!
Hooray!
Yes, the trailer came out. I don't think anyone said anything bad about it. It looked cool. Let's just get that out of the way. It was awesome. Will you concur, Manos?
Yeah.
The one thing I have to point out though is if we're going by what this trailer's showing us, Loki's sole motivation in the movie is to destroy cars.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Oh.
Cars!
Damn you, Midgard, and your need for fossil fuel!
We got along just fine without these abominations.
We had horses and magic. It was a lot better.
I would just think to be somewhere and I'd be there. I'm a god after all.
Yes. Let's see. It was good to see Mark Ruffalo have one line of dialogue.
Yeah. And Tony Stark is fantastic.
Yeah, he stole the show, honestly, for me.
Yeah, Josh co-wrote the script, right?
I'm guessing.
I am so all about Josh Whedon and this version of Iron Man by Robert Downey Jr. working together. I mean, that's brilliant. That's a match made in heaven. He should do the next Iron Man. He should do Iron Man 3. You know, it's like, fuck somebody else doing it. Put it off. Have Whedon do Iron Man 3 after this Avengers thing.
But Manos, that guy who totally doesn't look like Norm Macdonald needs work. It's Shane Black still.
Oh, it is still? I thought that was over.
Well, I haven't heard anything since, so I assume he's still on it.
Okay.
But yeah. I see your point. But the one thing I want to get out of the way, it's great to see all of these characters just on screen. Finally, the hype's here.
I never thought I'd see this, actually. It's really weird. Just on the level of coolness. It's like, I'm seeing Thor and Iron Man and Captain America together.
And I saw them previously in separate movies.
I know. Well, it's just, I've always, heard, like, it would be too expensive, the rights, blah, 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 blah. All this kind of shit you always hear, like, they'll just be separate movies. And so just seeing this happen is pretty cool. Just the fact that it's happened. Let's wait to see if it's good. But just the fact that it exists is pretty awesome as far as I'm concerned.
Plus, Nick Fury has a rocket launcher.
Yeah, you know it.
Because I kept saying this, a lot of people kept saying this, he didn't really do it. He hasn't done anything. Only, the biggest thing he did was in Iron Man 2, and he just told Tony Stark what to do. You should go fix your suit and figure out a new element. I'm going to go be Sam Jackson.
I'm sure I have a crappy movie to be in right now.
Yeah, I get to be in a crappy DreamWorks movie, I'm sure of it. I don't know if he was in one, I'm just assuming he'll probably be in one someday.
Yeah. I mean, Tarantino doesn't make a movie every year, so, I gotta do something.
Sam Jackson's gotta eat.
Yep.
So...
I think, depending on how this movie does, definitely the ball is in DC's court. DC and Warner Brothers. To get that Justice
Great,
League
now
film
we're giving
going.
them pressure.
It is. If this succeeds, the pressure's on.
Their whole actual studio is just going to crumble from pressure.
Let's see. Well, we'll see, because, I don't know. Warner Brothers and DC have some weird kind of thing where they're afraid to cross their properties on film for some reason.
Well, it's hard to sell them. Like, Green Lantern got a rough reaction from everyone in the box office, and
yeah,
it's out on Blu-ray now.
Yeah, and I will judge for myself when I eventually rent it.
Yeah, like, I liked it. I'm probably not the best guy to judge because I'm a Green Lantern fan, but maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm being fan biased.
I don't, to be honest, I can't. I've heard so many different reactions on the film. I can't really make a guess.
Yeah, it's actually as polarizing as reactions were to Green Hornet. That might be a weird example to throw out there.
I suppose so.
But I was hearing, people saying it was great, people saying it was awful, and then a lot of people in the middle.
Although, here's the thing. I went to a theater to see Green Hornet.
Yeah.
I didn't make it to Green Lantern, so...
And I was hyped to see Green Lantern from, months, 2 years, so yeah.
I don't know. I'm willing to check it out and give it the benefit of the doubt. I was hoping it'd be good, just so maybe the DC films could, get going.
They're still planning on a sequel.
I have noticed Green Lantern fans have stopped this chatter about Green Lantern replacing Wonder Woman in the Holy Trinity. I've noticed that's really calmed down since.
I've been seeing that, and even I didn't agree with that.
Yeah, I haven't heard anybody say that for months.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha. That pilot still got made, Manos. Don't get too defensive here.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, no, it's just, okay. Hey, not so hard, not so easy, is it?
Not so easy, is it, Green Lantern? Go have 3 comic series.
Yeah. Yeah, go enjoy your 3 books.
And your woman enjoys her own 1 book.
And your uninterrupted continuity.
Yeah, enjoy the fruits of your labor while Wonder Woman's gotten screwed up.
Yeah, man.
How many times in a year? Technically twice if you count the pilot.
Oh, man. I will never forgive JMS for that shit.
I still love that Mayhem joke you made.
What's that?
I still love that Allstate Mayhem guy joke you made. Where he possessed JMS and started writing.
That's the only explanation that I will accept.
Okay, so
if JMS comes to me and tells me he was possessed by the god of mayhem to fuck up Wonder Woman as bad as he did, I will accept that apology. Otherwise,
no,
we're done.
We're done. We're done professionally, man.
I actually probably will never read one of his comics ever again.
If he decides to bring back Brave and the Bold, I will fucking say yes.
No, I
loved his run on Brave and the Bold.
I will not read another thing by him, comic-wise. Again.
I understand and respect. You're that kind of guy who makes his decisions like that. Like, nope, you're done. I'm cutting my losses.
Yeah. It's like, why keep punishing myself?
Yeah. Then he'll write a series called Please Manos, Take Me Back. It'll have everything you love, and you'll be like, nope.
I'll thumb through it at the comic store and then put it back on the shelf.
Okay. So our next story is technically a twofer. First off, Thor got a director.
Yay!
Hooray! Who's Patty Jenkins? I don't know who that is.
Who?
Exactly. And also, but here's the thing. It's being pushed from July 2013 to November 2013. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Patty Jenkins?
I was thinking you'd know because I never heard of that name.
I have no idea who Patty Jenkins is.
Oh, she
Does it
directed.
say what Patty Jenkins has directed?
She here. She directed Monster with Charlize Theron, and the pilot,
Oh,
and the pilot, and the pilot to The Killing, the show on AMC.
okay. Monster's a good movie. Oh,
She's also directed episodes of Entourage and Arrested Development.
yeah. Charlize Theron I think she won an award for that. I think she won an Oscar for that performance, if I'm not mistaken, or at least was nominated. And by the way, everybody keeps forgetting to mention how awesome Christina Ricci is in that movie.
I've never seen that movie.
It's pretty good. It's the best female serial killer movie I've seen.
Well, great. I'm so great that genre has a good mark on it. Because that's a concern I've been having lately. There's not enough good female serial killer movies.
That's true. It's a small shelf at the video store.
A very small shelf.
Yeah.
Then again, if you're at a video store, who knows what you're truly doing
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, you're hanging out in 1990.
Actually, I'd love to go back to 1990. I miss video stores.
Yeah. You know what? I still have a video store in my neighborhood, actually.
I don't think we do anymore here.
We actually have a neighborhood mom and pop kind of store that has outlived the Blockbuster 2 blocks away, which is hilarious.
Around here, everything's shutting down. Blockbusters, mom and pop stores alike.
I'm hoping that maybe after the era of Blockbuster, maybe mom and pop stores can return.
I'm hoping too, because, I'm sorry, Redbox, you ain't enough.
Yeah, Redbox isn't fun. I mean, it's a fucking soda machine with movies in it.
The only way you can make it exciting is if you treat the whole countdown thing like a movie, like a thriller, starring Colin Farrell, and he has like an hour before noon to return his movie, and he's constantly getting distracted by explosions and shit.
I don't know. I just don't understand why people prefer that to video stores. I do not understand.
It is handy, however,
because this is the thing. What I love about video stores is you walk in, maybe you don't know what you're looking for, and you will find stuff on the shelf that maybe you hadn't thought about, or maybe had heard about, or you can make some discovery just looking around, and you don't get that with a Redbox. You don't get that. I don't think you get that with Netflix. I mean, yeah, you have to like search, but I don't know. It's a different feel.
It's not the same.
And I would love it if mom and pop stores can return after the bully that Blockbuster was has been taken down a few pegs.
I remember, not even a few years ago, that place was honestly like I loved going there because rent. Like, yes, it was the big conglomerate eating up the mom and pop stores, but I was a kid who didn't know better, so I was just like, movies and video games, whee!
Yeah. Well, the mom and pop stores era had pretty much probably faded by the time you were like hanging around in Blockbuster, so I don't blame you.
Yeah, and not to mention with all the video stores shutting down, because me and my friends, we would always, last few years, we would always go to a video store and then pick out what horror movies to watch. With Halloween coming up. Yeah, Redbox will not fulfill that need as well, because nothing's lamer than like 5 guys ganging up at a Redbox, like all looking at the screen trying to figure out what movie we want. One of them's holding up the Sun cover, and then everyone's like, there's one guy like maybe hitting the button while the other 4 are going, pick that one. I'm thinking. Yeah.
And maybe you're in a supermarket or something, so some old lady's trying to get by you guys.
Yes. It's at a Walgreens.
Yeah, I mean, that's not fun.
Oh, not the if it's the last time we did that, because we actually did that renting a movie, it was like 10 degrees out and snow was starting to pick up.
Yeah.
We all were like, how come none of us stayed in the car? Because we want to make sure we get the right movie. Like, we're morons.
Yeah. Hey, you want to move on?
Yeah, we better. We better. So, Manos, what's something that Marvel tends to do when a movie comes out?
Change the book to make it look exactly like the movie.
Well, actually, they're doing something a little dumber. I was going for creates a bunch of possibly unnecessary ongoings and minis.
Oh, okay.
They're doing both, technically. They're doing a series called Avengers Assemble, and shocker, Bendis is writing it.
Well, yeah, it's the law.
It's the law, and Mark Bagley's doing the art on it. I don't know.
Cool.
Yeah, that's cool. What is different about this book? Well, Thor's not on the cover, though, to be fair, they could easily just digitally put him in. There's enough free space on that cover. It's just a team from the movie, minus Thor and Nick Fury.
I guess they could pull a DC and put him in, like, the last second.
Yeah, they did that with International.
DC does that a lot.
They did that with International.
DC... Yeah, DC does that a lot. They'll, like, put the teaser image out, and they go, oh, fuck, we forgot something. And take it out, and put it back in, and
there was this weird thing where they had, it was for that, Brightest Day Aftermath thing that had John Constantine in it, looking for Swamp Thing. They had, the cover they would put out was, him, and then behind him would be Batman, Superman, and Zatanna. And then randomly, they replaced Zatanna with Hawkman.
Totally perfect choice.
But then in the actual cover, it's just Zatanna again.
Yeah.
I'm like, the fuck?
You mean Zatanna?
Sorry, I have a speech impediment.
Oh, okay. Not classic rock guitarist Zatanna.
That would make even more sense than Hawkman. We gotta find Swamp Thing. Zatanna, play me out. Sorry, I can't say her name half the time.
Oh, okay. I grant you it could be tricky, and they practically sound the fucking same.
Exactly. So I have defense. This is just another ongoing. It has Bendis' name on it, so as long as he's on it, it's good.
Yeah.
He'll probably shut it down when he quits.
Now, is this continuity or is this separate continuity?
No, this is in continuity with the regular universe.
Oh my god, is this going to be how many teams are there?
Too many.
Is this going to be another team?
Basically.
Wow. Well, the good news is Wolverine's not on this team.
Again, that space, they could easily insert him.
Oh, God.
They could put anyone in there. They could put guitarist Santana on there. Just it would fit as long as she's giving an epic, rockin' out pose.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
I love how we just have the most random, celebrity mentions on this show. Okay. Okay, so moving on to our next story. This week has maybe two things I'll mention here. First off, Manos, I have a question. Did you drop Secret Avengers after Brubaker left?
Yeah. I did drop Secret Avengers. Actually, I dropped it with the Lincoln statue fighting a Nazi robot.
Which you think would easily make you want to read it more. No.
No, believe it or not, no.
Believe it or not. Well, they have a new creative team on it. Rick Remender and Gabriel Hartman. Remender, who's been really kicking ass at Marvel. Guy who writes Venom, Uncanny X-Force right now. He's taking over Secret Avengers. Hartman did Rulk with Jeff Barker.
Yeah.
I skimmed for that art. He's a good artist. Let's see, what else is here? Also, apparently Storm's on the Avengers now.
Oh, that's who I always thought should be on the Avengers instead of Wolverine. I mean, I don't know. She's more of a team player than he is.
Yeah. Who knows how long they'll even stay or last.
She was on the kids' Avengers team, the Avengers Adventures or something like that. Yeah.
That is right. That is right.
And I always thought, well, okay, that makes sense to me. Like, if she's not on the X-Men book, she should be in an Avengers book.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what else here.
Oh, sorry,
you're still talking.
And she was married to Black Panther.
Is she still married to him?
I have no idea.
I don't follow those. I don't follow X-Men, and I definitely don't follow Black Panther.
It's so hard. When you don't pay attention to a particular book for a while, you have no idea these days.
Like, for all we know, they're divorced, and, like, Black Panther has a robot arm or some shit like that.
If this was DC, they wouldn't even have met.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah, they never met.
Never. No.
I don't care what it said, like, 2 months ago.
Screw that. This is now. Let's see. Oh, for you fans of Runaways, they're going to pop up in Avengers Academy for, like, 2 issues.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. Those kids should play around.
They always, they always did minis with them and the Young Avengers, so that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
That's about it from this. There's a bunch of cool covers if you want to look.
Those do look pretty cool, by the way.
Oh, these do.
I was admiring, while we were talking, I was admiring quite a bit of them.
Even the Ed McGuinness one with Cable-fying Iron Man.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm digging this stuff. This is nice.
Yeah.
I won't be reading them, but, you know.
Well, unless you're reading New Avengers, you will.
Yeah. Okay, we'll be reading New Avengers, yeah. What's going on with New Avengers again? Let's see.
It doesn't say on here, at least here.
I wonder if Bendis is still going to be writing New Avengers, if he's taking over this other Avengers book.
Yeah, because I was like, because I thought at first, like, are they canceling Avengers to do Avengers Assemble? No, it's just gonna continue. He could probably take the workload.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, he was writing, let's see.
Well, you gotta admit, like, one thing happens each issue. So, I mean,
yeah.
You know, it doesn't take much to write. I'm just kidding. But anyway, hey, wow, they were kicking the crap out of that guy.
Yeah, that guy got pwned.
I'm looking at the Avengers cover.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so move on to our next story.
Sure. Yeah, I'm still gonna keep reading New Avengers and regular Avengers. I guess I will pick up Avengers Assemble. Damn you, Bendis!
Curse you!
Must you keep doing these things?
Must you keep, getting money for yourself? Okay, so,
Maybe you should just send him money, personally.
No, that'll probably motivate him to keep writing.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean. It's like, you're gonna, like, get me, so you might as well just I'll just send you a monthly check.
But only if you read his stuff. I don't read his stuff that much.
Oh, really? Yeah, I dig Bendis a lot.
He's like, the same way Jeff Johns is for you, that's what Bendis is to me.
Okay, I get it.
I find him really overrated.
I can see, well, I don't know. I've read enough of his stuff now where I can see when it's an average story from him, where he's kind of just churning it out, and then when he's really doing something very solid. So, I mean, I can see both sides of that. Like,
I've read good stuff by him, but yeah.
I like, even when the story is kind of nothing, I still enjoy the dialogue.
That's one thing where I'll agree he's strong. He's at his strongest. Okay.
Like, the story is, like, going nowhere, but, the dialogue between Thing and Luke Cage is hilarious, or, whatever.
So, next story, Christos Gage is taking over X-Men Legacy. Woo!
Yeah.
I don't read any X-Men, but, I only find this significant because Mike Carey has been writing the series since they changed it to Legacy.
Yeah. I have been reading the Schism book, and I still have to pick up issue 5. I haven't read it yet.
I'm actually behind 4 and 5.
Yeah. I've been contemplating picking up an X-Men book. I haven't, Schism's the first thing I picked up X-Men-wise in years.
First thing X-Men-wise I paid attention to in a while. Yeah.
So, I don't know. Since I'm dropping a few DC books, I've been thinking, maybe I should just, check out, other corners of these universes that I don't read as much.
Well, yeah, we'll one moment here. Okay. Who doesn't like the Scarlet Spider?
Me!
Manos, do you have something to say to the class?
No, I just don't particularly care for the character or what he represents. He represents a dark time in my comic book reading history where I first realized that Spider-Man books were no good. And
now you're kind of going
very,
through that problem now.
yeah, it was very heartbreaking. Well, this time I'm a little more prepared emotionally for it.
Yeah.
And I always feel sorry for people who go, oh, I like the Scarlet Spider. It was when, I first got into Spider-Man. Well, I feel sorry for you. That your first exposure to Spider-Man was this pile of shit.
And, yeah, I just got into comics, like, in the last couple of years, so I was safe from that.
Yes, you were in that safe zone.
Yes, I was. So we don't got much to say. They're doing something with the Scarlet Spider here.
Well, here's the thing. I haven't heard anything that it's actually going to be Ben Reilly or another clone.
Yeah, that's one
thing. So I'm actually
keeping
keeping hopes up that... What's that?
Sorry, I was interrupting you. My bad.
Oh, okay. Well, then what?
That's one thing that you keep bringing up. Like, maybe it won't be Ben Reilly, which is always a possibility.
Yeah, it is always a possibility. There is no dead forever anymore. Jason Todd ruined that.
Sorry.
I'm still surprised Gwen Stacy's not back.
Well, actually, Manos, I have one thing I need to kind of fair warn you about.
Okay.
You're gonna have to probably deal with this Scarlet Spider anyway, because this whole thing crosses over into Daredevil.
I know. I'm trying to figure out what to do about that. Well, here's the thing. My first inclination was maybe this is Miles Morales. Maybe this is going to be the regular Marvel universe version of Miles Morales. He'll be the Scarlet Spider. I mean, look at his costume. I mean, it does kind of have that feel to it.
Who knows? We're just going to have to see what happens.
I would accept that. I would be totally on board with that. Because it's just a name.
Yeah.
And actually, before I just saw this image, I actually was beginning to wonder if it was going to be Mary Jane. Because they hadn't really indicated, if it was going to be male or female.
And with the whole Spider Island thing, who knows who has spider powers? That's
right. I was thinking, it's like, wow, if Mary Jane keeps the spider powers, maybe she'll be the Scarlet Spider. She has red hair and, I don't know. I was thinking that. But now I see this image, and that's a dude. So I'm back to
unless Mary Jane is wearing some really convincing padding.
Yeah. Well, there's a hilarious 80s story where someone captured this villain, this no-name loser villain captures Mary Jane, and he's hoping to capture Spider-Man through her, and she ends up convincing him that she is Spider-Man. And that's part of her bullshit story she tells him. Like, oh, yeah, I look like a guy because it's armor that, disguises my gender, so, it'll throw people off. I'm not kidding. This is what
I believe it, especially in the 80s.
And he believed it. That's what's so funny. He heard that and go, oh, yeah, totally, all right. So it's funny, the cover in that, I can't remember what number that issue is, but the cover has some lasers shooting at her, and she's pulling off her top, and it's the Spider-Man costume underneath. And ever since then, I was always thinking, like, it'd be cool if she had spider powers.
Very.
And this past week, she got spider powers in Spider Island.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, in all honesty, I came the closest to breaking my non-Spider-Man vow.
Wow, that managed to do that?
I almost picked up the issue. I came very close. I came, I picked it up, I put it with my books, and then I thought, no, I'm going to put it back. And came close.
Yeah, well, that's an extra $3 in your pocket.
That's true.
That you probably went and spent it on food or something, and something stupid like that.
Actually, yeah, I used it to pay for a midget prostitute. They only cost $3.
Do you regret that?
No, are you kidding?
Okay, then it's all good. Okay.
But,
okay. So, what's more horrifying than that description, Manos?
Is it our next story? Hey, pretty clever. Oh.
Yes, let's say murder because you're not saying the word. Sorry.
All right. Let's see. Marvel to publish Dexter Comics.
Written by the guy who writes the
Actually,
novels.
that's great. Oh, cool. So each month, like his sister Dee Dee is going to try and like screw up his inventions.
I know, right? It's going to be awesome.
And it'd be amazing.
Oh, wait. Wrong Dexter again. Damn it.
Shit.
Why do we keep screwing that up?
I don't know.
Then again, every time I try bringing that show up, that's what everyone thinks.
Well,
oh, yeah, and then he had that sister who broke everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, like no, wrong Dexter. This is cool. Dexter's a great show.
Now, is this an ongoing?
I don't know. They just said they're publishing Dexter Comics with creator Jeff Lindsay.
Well, until I hear otherwise, I'm going to assume it's one-shots and miniseries.
I'm assuming minis, or that they did that Castle graphic novel recently.
Yeah. Did anybody pick that up?
I saw it have it was pretty high up on Amazon. Like it was on the first page when you had like.
I know those Anita Blake adaptations did pretty well.
I actually hear mixed things about those. I hear they're awful, and sometimes I hear they're good.
Well, I've heard that too, but I know they sold well.
Money matters. So, yeah, this is cool. I got nothing. Okay, Manos.
Yeah, neither do I. I don't watch the show, so.
I do when I get the chance. Every once in a while I have Showtime because our cable provider. Okay, so Manos.
Yeah.
What's better than getting stuff out of a cereal box?
Reading Justice League.
I got really good news for you.
Fantastic.
Okay, what cereal company specifically is doing this? I can't remember.
I'm guessing General Foods.
Yeah, General Foods. DC said they're making a bigger emphasis on marketing recently, and they made a deal with General Mills to put comic books in their cereal.
Yeah.
And it's a 4-issue miniseries called Justice League. Actually, there's different subtitles to them. There's Unstoppable Forces, Sinister Imitation, Artificial Invasion, and Breakout.
Wow.
And Aquaman's in them. That's one thing I want to point out.
Yeah, he's in every one of them. Let's see. A lot of these kind of highlight a character. Like, Wonder Woman's sort of in the first one in the foreground, and then Flash. Then everybody's kind of together on Artificial Invasion.
I guess Batman and Aquaman in the last one.
Batman.
Aquaman's there just as much. He's standing pretty much next to him.
Just slightly behind him.
Whatever, Manos. I take my victories where I can. I hope these are as funny as those little mini Subway comics they put in the DC books. I thought those were hilarious.
Yeah, you know what I hope they're like. When I was a kid, I actually won this comic from a 7-Eleven when they were doing some scratch off contest or something like that. And the prize I won was a 7-Eleven Marvel comic. And it was some kind of tie-in or something where Spider-Man, Captain America, the Hulk, and Spider-Woman are all teaming up to fight, their various villains and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not kidding, each plot point happens at a 7-Eleven.
Well, a lot of crime happens at those.
That's right, makes sense to me. But yeah, there's several meeting points that they have to stop and go, hey, we gotta break this down. So they go to 7-Eleven each time, 4 times in the issue.
Damn it, I need a slushie to 7-Eleven. Actually, that sounds like one I found that was a promotional tie-in to Office Depot.
Yeah.
And the Fantastic Four is like, we gotta defeat Doom. Quick, to Office Depot, where it has all of our needs. Because when defeating a mad super genius, you need rubber bands and Post-it notes.
That's right. And let's see. Hopefully they don't need any change at 7-Eleven because the world's ending and they're behind that one guy who's getting like 40 lottery tickets. Come on, I gotta go. The world. Oh, hold on. Hold on.
Is this number good?
Okay, this is the 24th ticket. Okay, hold on. 25 ticket. Ching, 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 ching. Oh my god. I hate getting stuck by the guy who just, I don't know, let's buy 50 tickets.
I feel lucky.
It's like, you're not going to win. Can I just go?
You're helping them. You're not yourself.
Can I just buy my soda and my gummy sharks and just get the fuck out of here?
Manos needs his gummy sharks to function.
That's right. I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
But I will wonder if there's any point in this miniseries that one of our Justice League heroes will be eating a bowl of cereal.
That's going to be the key thing to look for. With the 52 books, it was that strange lady in the background. With these, it's to see if one of the heroes are eating cereal.
Actually, it's going to be Tony the Tiger in the background.
They're great! No, Tony the Tiger's the villain.
Yeah.
It's a great time to die, Batman!
Yeah, and it's Lucky who's in the background.
Yes.
So, have you noticed, have you thought about these covers and thought, hey, they're not in their Jim Lee costumes?
I haven't really put too much on it. I've noticed it, of course.
Okay, well, they're not in their Jim Lee costumes, the new costumes.
Yeah. It's not like these are in continuity anyway.
Well, no. But I mean, this whole new reboot thing is supposed to be like their whole new marketing thing, and they're putting aside all the old costumes, to appeal to new people. And I was thinking that's going to extend to the marketing stuff because the marketing stuff always indicates to me if Marvel or DC is serious about a change. Like, if you see Spider-Man's black costume on cereal boxes and shit like that, then they're serious. They want to keep it. Same thing with, like, Wonder Woman's, costumes and stuff like that. The Batman's black symbol versus the yellow oval. If you see the change in the coloring books and the merchandise and stuff like that, they want to change it. I always take that as an indicator. So... I find it interesting that they're all in the classic costumes.
That's a good point. And by the way, you put way too much analysis into this.
I do, and I'm sorry.
I'm joking, but yeah. Hey, if Captain Logan's allowed to do it, every superhero rewind, you have rite of passage.
Yeah. Well, Batman has the yellow oval and the Frank Miller belt. Which I prefer. I always like the Frank Miller pouch belt better than the pillbox belt, frankly.
I always kept thinking he's gonna take like Mentos out of those when he
Yeah, I know. And that's the thing. That's the thing when you got to put nostalgia aside. The little pillbox belt is the first belt I knew of as a kid. I mean, he had that forever, and it always did. And I'd see him pull like gigantic crap out of it. Like, how did he have any room in that belt for that thing?
Hold on, Robin. I need to get the bat bazooka out of
and
the
then
belt.
The bat dental floss.
Yes.
And the bat thumbtacks. That's all I have room for in this thing.
I took up all the space with the bazooka.
I mean, at least the pouches, I could see him putting crap in those.
Yeah. So... We could go on this, but you want to move on to the next story?
Oh, sure.
How about you take it? Because I think you were excited about this when you heard it.
Damn. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Ann Nocenti to write Green Arrow. Oh, many shall fall in the creative staff here at the new 52, including former country star J.T. Kroll.
He's touring with Brooks and Dunn this summer.
Yes.
And
he's too busy. He can't tour with Brooks and Dunn and write a comic. So taking over him is Ann Nocenti, who is probably best known for her work on Daredevil. And during her run, that was the run where John Romita Jr. got big, as far as like changing his style and developing his style. That's the work he did. And also they created Typhoid Mary. That's right. She's the creator of Typhoid Mary. So that was that run. By the way, I really like that run. That's still one of my favorite runs on Daredevil. Even though the end kind of peters out, frankly, of her last few issues. But generally, overall, I really like that run.
Did it end with the whole run took place in an autistic kid's imagination in a snow globe?
Thankfully, no. I know what you're talking about, by the way.
I know. I just love saying that's how everything ends.
I've never accepted that ending. It all happened. By the way, we're talking about the TV show St. Elsewhere. But anyway, so I'm very curious to see what she does with Green Arrow. He's kind of in that vein, and I hope she makes him Green Arrow again. I hope she puts that goatee back on him.
First issue dedicated to goatee.
Oh yeah, if I was writing it, goatee, panel 1, page 1.
We've had this conversation before.
Yeah, I mean I don't have to spend like 3 years, like trying to reestablish, his goatee or something like that.
I would love you if you did that. Like, no, that's you do a co-feature for the goatee. You do like an 8-page story in the back of every issue dedicated to the goatee.
I found a Pokemon.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta be so respectful of the continuity before then, so I gotta reestablish the goatee and why he likes it and who thought maybe it was a good idea and how in the process of growing it. Like, fuck it. He has a goatee.
Yeah. I'm joking, but that would be awesome.
Yeah. But hopefully she does that. And she tends to have an interesting social conscience in her books, in her storylines. She tends to have some characters be really introspective about the world. Like there was this recurring child character in Daredevil that was constantly paranoid about the end of the world. Which, by the way, if you lived in the Marvel universe, that is completely justified feeling. But it was more like a nuclear war end of the world. Keep in mind, late 80s, so that was still a common fear, especially of kids. So we'll maybe see because that's one of the criticisms. I didn't read Green Arrow, but that was one of the criticisms I heard, that his social conscience was lost, and maybe we'll see that brought back into it.
There was a friend of mine read it and got angry because there was a line about how video games cause violence and shit like that. I don't know. I'm like, Penn and Teller have basically told you that that's not true. Yes, magicians had to tell you that's total BS. But
well, I mean, anybody who tells me something like books or movies or video games causes something, they always forget all the people who are exposed to that and don't do anything. So
yeah, control and
there you go.
And statistics. No, we just know that they're crazy people. So
yeah,
yes. Our next story. Our next story is one thing a few people were curious about was why didn't Captain Marvel actually get a series? If Mr. Terrific got one, why not Captain Marvel? Well, he's technically getting one.
Is he getting a miniseries like The Huntress?
No, actually, he's getting something a little, sillier, honestly.
Ooh, Gandalf is in this!
I know! No, this isn't actually what that's from, Manos. Okay, so what's
I see Gandalf!
Go read that story. It's from the Mantra Society of Evil. That's not even... Okay, here's what's gonna happen, Manos. Okay. Jeff Johns and Gary Frank are going to write a story called Curse of Shazam, and it's the backup feature of Justice League.
Oh, well, I'll be reading that then.
Yes. I'm just a little confused on why a backup feature.
Man, poor
Shazam. I thought they stopped doing that.
I know. Oh, well. I guess this was a close call. Maybe they pitched the series and was back and forth, and this was kind of this was probably just a settlement. Like, okay, we won't do the series, but we'll put it in the background of your Justice League book.
To be fair, it's a book everyone's reading or buying.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'll be buying it, even though it's my least favorite of my books I read. I'll still be buying it.
Like, if you don't like the writing on either stories, you have pretty art.
Yep, and I love Gary Frank. I haven't read one of his books in a while, so.
Well, to be fair, he hasn't been doing anything in a while. He's slow. Batman Earth 1.
Yeah.
That's coming out. At the moment, we believe it's coming out like in May of next year. At the moment.
Yeah.
This might slow his ass down.
By the way, I've decided not to buy it.
I don't know. I'll see what money I have when it comes out. I like Jeff Johns, but I've been waiting 2 years for it.
Yeah. Well, I'm 2 years?
They announced. No, it wasn't 2 years. I was waiting a year. Sorry. I don't know why. But yeah, I've been waiting forever for that.
I'm beginning to wonder why is DC even bothering with this Earth 1 project.
Well, the Superman one did great.
Even though it did great, I'm still wondering why they're even bothering.
That's the only effort they're putting into it. JMS is still hard at work on it. Actually, they debuted the cover for the second volume of the Superman one at New York Comic Con.
Yeah.
So they have some interest in it, but once they did this whole reboot thing, you're like, who gives a crap?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, they're already kind of doing that with their own universe, so why even bothering with this? So I don't know. It's just like, I mean, are you contractually obligated? You can't just let it go, or do you have to do it?
It could be really sad. They could keep trying to pimp out the All-Star universe.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't know. They're still trying to get that All-Star Wonder Woman off the ground.
Really?
Adam Hughes, he's going to draw and write it.
Oh my God, I completely forgot about that.
Every convention, that's a question. That question comes up. Where is it? He's working on it.
But wow, I completely forgot about that. That's
everyone
amazing.
else has.
Boy, wow. Let's see. I'm not going to pick up the Batman one thing.
You're probably
$20.
I think it's actually Amazon said it's going to be 23.
Oh, okay,
well,
$23.
Their trades have been weirdly priced lately. A lot of them are randomly $23.
And besides, I've never been a big fan of John's version of Batman.
He hasn't really written them enough. So that's the thing that got me interested when they said he was doing it. Like, him writing them on full on. Or at least a version of him full on. Like, he was just a supporting character every time he's done them so far.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm going to forget about the whole Earth 1 project. Earth 1 Superman was nice, but, whatever.
You're done with JMS, so no...
I'm done with JMS, too. That's the thing that also plays into that. If somebody else takes over the Superman Earth 1 books, I'm still not going to buy them.
Hell, maybe they'll come out frequently, more frequently, because that's probably not going to come out until next year either.
You should get Stephen King to do them. They'll come out every month.
Actually, he'll come up later, Manos. Not in a bad way, I promise. But let's move on to our next story.
Sure.
Paul Cornell is starting a new Vertigo series called Saucer Country.
Oh, yeah? Neat.
Here's the premise, and here's in one line they describe it. It's the West Wing, I can't talk, meets the X-Files.
Okay.
The idea is the governor of New Mexico, on the eve of announcing she was running for president, is abducted by aliens. Mm-hmm. That's the opening premise. There's more in here.
Okay.
I don't know, but it's an interesting idea. X-Files meets West Wing. I love Paul Cornell.
I do. I really liked his Demon Knights book.
Yeah, that was great, and I loved his run on Action with Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
I didn't read the Doomsday thing.
Right, that was him.
I didn't read the Doomsday thing.
I keep forgetting that was him. That's okay.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, hey, Vertigo fans, Paul Cornell has a new book. You maybe want to check it out.
Yeah. I will try. Maybe because I've been buying a lot of them in trade. Well, Just iZombie and American Vampire.
Yeah.
Those are the two I'm following in trade right now. Thank you for recommending iZombie to me, by the way. I love it.
Hey, no problem. I love it too.
Finished that. I just finished that second volume.
Yeah. How cool is that series?
It's so much fun.
I would. By the way, you're picking up the American Vampire. I totally recommend picking up when it comes out in trade the miniseries Survival of the Fittest.
Actually, you know what they're going to do with that, Manos? They're collecting that and the recent arc from American Vampire in Volume 3 together.
Oh, okay. Well, then fine. Okay, you're all set. I actually liked the Survival of the Fittest storyline better than the regular storyline going on in the regular book. That's how much I liked it.
I love them both evenly. I thought they were both amazing.
Yeah, well, I thought they were both amazing, too. I don't know. I just was like a little more wrapped up in the Survival of the Fittest storyline.
Mm-hmm.
It may have something to do with Murphy's art. Sean Murphy.
That was beautiful.
Jesus Christ, that was stunning work. I'm now going to read that guy's next thing he's doing. I don't care if he's doing Namor. I'm going to read it.
Damn it, he's doing a Rob Liefeld book.
Well, no, I mean he has to draw it. So I mean,
but he has to draw the Youngbloods. Do you honestly want to see that?
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna go on record. If he does Youngblood next, I'll read it.
Okay, whatever.
Because you know what, Youngblood is kind of like a story that I would like.
I'm kidding, by the way. He's not.
They represent things I enjoy, so yeah, I'd read that. If only if he's drawn it.
If he was, it's not happening. Thank you, Jesus.
Okay.
So. Our next story, Stephen King and his son Joe Hill are writing a comic series together for IDW.
Neat.
Called Road Rage.
Yeah!
Yeah! Bacon!
Hey, what gives? The Green Goblin's head isn't on the truck.
Well, Manos, we've been horribly lied to. They're doing an ID... I'm shocked there wasn't that much IDW news. The last big convention shows we did, IDW was just cranking news out.
Well, maybe they don't have anything right now.
It's an adaptation of a story Joe Hill did. I read this earlier, but I forget things in like a millisecond. Let's see. They're going to adapt their story Throttle into comic form. Throttle was a...
Woohoo!
See, will be half of a four-part series, Road Rage, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. That's always a good word to hear.
Yeah.
Throttle originally appeared in an anthology honoring Richard Matheson and his body of work. It's based off something from Richard Matheson.
Wasn't Richard Matheson Stephen King's pen name?
Well, it's on the book, too, so you make sense of this, if that's true.
Oh, that was Robert Bachman, excuse me.
Yeah, they're writing something together, and again, back to American Vampire. I loved his story in American Vampire that King did. That was amazing. Yeah. And I haven't read anything by Joe Hill, like, comic-wise. I need to get into Lock and Key.
Oh, he does that?
Yes, he does that.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm. So, we want to move on to our final story?
Infestation 2!
Indeed. So, last year, we were introduced to, well, honestly, a giant letdown of what was their big major crossover with all their properties, which none of the characters actually met each other. That upsetted everybody. But this year, they're doing Infestation 2, but instead of zombies... they're fighting H.P. Lovecraft monsters.
Neat.
Very neat, because I have said many times Optimus Prime needs to fight Cthulhu. No, I have not. I have never thought of that in my mind.
That shit writes itself.
Yes, it does. Okay, here's what's going to be involved this time. Transformers and G.I. Joe, like last year, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 30 Days of Night, and Danger Girl.
Danger Girl? Is Danger Girl part of IDW now?
Yes, apparently.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought it was Dynamite because they did a Danger Girl Army of Darkness crossover.
No. I thought it was. I thought they were part of Wildstorm.
I don't really know. I don't follow the character at all, dude. I'm just going with it just like you.
Danger Girl seems to only exist for crossovers. I've it's like I can't have I seen like a regular series or a special or a mini series featuring just the Danger Girl characters? No, it's always them teaming up with somebody like random, like Ash from Army of Darkness, or this Infestation, or I don't know,
Teaming up with
X-Files.
the A-Team and
The A-Team, yeah, or I don't know, just some random, or Zorro, or just I don't know. It's just like, do they have their own thing they do, or is that,
I don't know.
or is this simply just existing to cross over?
I don't know. I have one request of our viewers next time. In the comments, put up who you want Danger Girl to team up with. Make it as silly as possible, and we'll read them.
Have fun with it. Yes.
Yeah, I want the most obscure references ever in this. Please give me.
And by the way, extra points. Oh, sorry. Extra points if you can give us a subtitle.
Oh yes. The points don't matter. This is Who's Line, but points. You get them. So yeah, it's cool. All these different characters fighting H.P. Lovecraft monsters, but unless they actually team up with each other this time, I'm probably just going to be as disappointed with it.
Oh well. I didn't check out the last one. So.
I only checked out the Star Trek one, the Transformers one, and I think I don't know. I can't remember the other one.
My guess is, with the exception of Transformers and G.I. Joe, which are owned by the same company, my guess is it costs IDW more to like put, let's say, Teenage Ninja Turtles and Transformers in the same page.
Maybe
because they would have to pay off. They would have to pay off both instead of one of those companies. And Ghostbusters and Star Trek. I mean, they don't have enough money to put Ghostbusters, Transformers, Star Trek, Ninja Turtles all on the same page in a story. So they have to do it in sort of this separate universe continuum thing. If they were making, if they were a bigger company, then probably they could do that. Dark Horse had that problem too, which is why they were able to put Aliens and Predator together, because that was owned by the same property, so they could do that.
Oh, okay, okay.
And which is why they didn't really have, for a while, I think they eventually did, but for a while they kept Terminator out of that, because it wasn't owned by the same property. So, that's why we never saw Predator versus Terminator or something like that, because it's like, fuck, we gotta pay like two companies for that shit. I think they did. I can't remember if they did eventually cross over Terminator, because, Dark Horse, became a much bigger company than they were originally. So they could probably do that, but it's so pricey. So that's why I think, without being told, that's probably why they're not having the guys team up.
I feel so educated. I feel stupid, but I now know. I now know. Also, apparently they're also doing a Dungeons and Dragons one with this too. I just want to point that out.
All right. Now, is this Dungeons and Dragons attached to the old cartoon, or just Dungeons and Dragons?
No, Manos, it's the live-action movie. No, I'm kidding. It's just Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
However, I would so love to see Bruce Payne fight Cthulhu.
Yeah.
And then have him rip him in half. So, that's about it.
Yeah, that's our show.
That's our show. Plug-in time.
Plug-in time. Woo-hoo.
Plug-in time. Woo. You can follow us both on Twitter. Links in the description. We're funny and entertaining and stuff.
In bite-sized Twitter form.
Yes, yes. Also, this show is available as a podcast, or at least kind of is. I've been slow about updating them. My computer's been running weird lately when I try and do it. But I'm trying to get the newer shows up on the Podomatic site and iTunes. But this show is available. I'll make sure all of the ones up till this one are up this week, I promise. I don't know if anyone... I don't even know, like, any of you people listening to us right now on YouTube, do you go and download this podcast? I want to know. I don't really know how much is happening with that.
Can you please be quiet?
Okay, we will. So yeah, that's happening. Manos, get your stuff out of the way.
Okay, well, I self-published the comic book Red Knight through Primal Paper Comics. You can get it by either check or money order to the P.O. box listed below, or you can order it through PayPal using my email address, which will be listed below. Also, I have the movie Caprice, based on my short story, coming out. Hold on. Coming out very soon, actually. And actually, if you're going to be in New York City this week on the 18th and 19th, my film is actually going to be shown at a venue in New York City, in Brooklyn, at the House of Yes. And it's going to be shown, and there's also going to be live burlesque dancers, a whole big to-do. So it's going to be very exciting. It's only going to be $10 at the door, and that's quite a good deal, actually. You get a movie and a burlesque show. You're not going to get that with, like, the Avengers movie, I can guarantee you.
Joss Whedon, if you're listening, think of it. Think about it.
Yep. At the multiplex, burlesque performers, and then the Avengers.
Yep.
But no, that's not going to happen. It's only going to happen with Caprice.
Unless Joss Whedon's listening to us right now.
He's free to steal this idea.
He will be thought of as an American hero if he steals this idea. Yes. So, you got all your stuff out of the way?
Sure, yeah. That's it.
Okay. So, if you need any more information, because a couple times this show I forgot what I read, you could read the links in the description, so they're not as funny as us. I'm just warning you.
No.
You might know what the hell we're talking about, but it's not funny. You come to us for laughter. Well, actually, a lot of people do say they get our news through us. So who knows?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, don't come to us about the Occupy Wall Street news. We don't know.
Yeah, we aren't following that one at all. Unless comics come for that, we're not doing anything. So until next,
unless they do a Occupy Yancey Street.
or guitarist Santana's there.
Oh wow!
Apparently,
now we're just like crazy.
Okay, so until next time, I'm Duke,
and I'm the real Manos.
Goodbye.